Hopefully this doesn't send anyone into a panic. I'm hoping that some people have their journal. Now, Miss Thompson's class, did you finish creating your journals for AFL?
We did not get a chance to do that yet. Last week was a little crazy with like the grade 4 testing and talent show and stuff. So it was on the plans, but it didn't happen.
You know what? That is okay, because what we can do is we can improvise. Any chance you have the actual books?
I have the books, yeah, but none of the stuff is pasted in there.
That's okay. So for today, for this session, what we can do is everyone can just get a book with a pencil or whatever it is that you're normally using. You can write your name on the cover, and then we'll be using some of the back pages today. So take your time, no rush. If a few people want to help hand those out, that would be great. No rush.
Start by putting your name on it, please. Put one on Tessa's desk, and you put one on Gabrielle's desk, please.
Good teamwork. Okay. So you have your book, and I see people writing their name on the front cover so that everyone knows that book is yours to keep. Excellent. When you are done writing on the cover, I want you to see if you can open up and find the very back page. Awesome. So many people following instructions. Thank you. Very good. Yes. Okay. We're actually going to start our session by doing an activity together. It's a bit of a contest. May the best human win. It's a deep thinking contest. So again, I'm going to show you a picture. We've been looking at pictures. I'm going to show you a picture. And in the past, you had to come up with one word to go with the picture, and then you had to come up with one question. Today, we're going to see how many questions you can get down on your paper in about 60 seconds. So they can be starter questions. That's okay. And we all know about the difference between starter questions and deep questions. They do not all have to be deep questions. Just as many questions as you can on your page. I'm going to show you an image, and unlike last time, I'm going to give you a bit of information about it. This picture is of something called DigiDog. The New York City Police are currently using DigiDogs as part of their police force. So I'm going to now show that picture. That is DigiDog. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. So on your back page, get ready. I'm starting the timer. On your marks, get set, go. You're doing great. You've got lots of time left. No rush. You are working so hard, I'm giving you more time. I'm going to give you another whole minute. Okay. Now don't panic. Don't panic. I'm going to count down from 20. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, everybody take a break. If you are desperately finishing one question, if you're just finishing it, feel free. Everybody else, take a break. Question. If you have 5 questions or less, put up your hand. Ooh, 5 questions or less. Okay, now show me with your hand how many questions you have. Show me with your fingers. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing. Okay, so we'll do it this way. If you have 5 questions or less, hand up. So that's if you have 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions, 4 questions. Okay, good. If you have between 5 and 10 questions, show me with your fingers how many questions you have. If you have between 5 and 10 questions. Okay, I see 8, seeing 7, 9. Good, good. Okay. Hands down for a second. Does anybody have more than 10 questions? Ooh, a couple of people more than 10. Oh my gosh. All right, the people who have more than 10, maybe Miss Thompson can let me know how many they have. Who has the most?
Just Sienna has more than 10 and she has 13.
Oh my gosh. Guess what, Sienna? You beat the grade 7s.
Woohoo!
Woo! Good job. They did this exercise earlier. You win. Okay. So here's the next phase. The next thing you're going to be doing is turning to the person beside you and reading them your favorite question. Of all the questions you asked, the one that you're most interested in, the one that you think is the most clever. So take turns telling your neighbor which question is the best. Miss Thompson, when they're both done sharing, I'm going to let you turn on the mic and tell me, maybe you can pick 3 or 4 people to share with me. That would be awesome. We don't have time for everybody, but if we could have a couple, that would be great. All right. Can't wait to hear 3 or 4 of the questions.
Is it a real dog?
Is it a real dog? Interesting.
Okay. Akfi,
Why is the color yellow?
why is the color yellow and black?
Thank you for that question.
Ewan,
How fast can it go?
how fast can it go?
That's an important question. Like, can it outrun me? I'd like to know.
And
Yeah.
Jacob will go with another 5.
How much money did it take to build through a lot?
How much money did it take to build?
That's a really good question, because if this police force has built 10 of them and each one cost $900,000, that's a lot of money. Yep.
Did you want more?
Oh, what do you think? Should we do, is that 3?
That was 4. 2 from grade 4s and 2 from grade 5s.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I was just so excited about how good they were that I could have listened. I could listen to all of them. I could. So now, very interesting. When you finish your AFL book, you will have these pages in it. Now, whether or not you realized it, you're definitely making your brain bigger and stronger. But also, you are getting better at learning skills. By practicing asking questions, today you're actually showing initiative. So what we're going to do is we're going to document the fact that you showed initiative today. And Miss Thompson, for the learning skills comments on the report card, some of the things we're writing down today, students, you could actually collect all of this at some point, and if you wanted to, you could use some of that information in their report card itself. Students, you're helping write your own report card. Okay. On May, I did the session initially on May 11th, so we're going to change it to May 16th, right? So on the very back page of your book, you have your questions. Flip the page, so you've got a new fresh page. And can you write, I don't know if you can see that, initiative. Maybe Miss Thompson, do you mind just writing the word initiative on your board nice and big so everyone can see it? And then they can write it in your book. I want you to write it like the title. If you want to be really fancy, you could write learning skill, initiative. I wonder if I can make that bigger so you can see it. Stop sharing. Okay, and stop presenting. Escape. Now go back to this. And I'm going to make this bigger. All right, it's a little blurry, but you get the idea. I'm going to share this again. One more time. A tab. AFL session 4. Share. Here it comes. So at the top, you're doing your own mini title, Learning Skills Initiative. If you just wrote initiative, that's fine. Then underneath, what we're going to do is we're going to document what you did today. So the very first thing you're going to write is where it says May 11th, we're going to start copying from there. We're going to say May 16th. I quickly wrote 5 starter questions about a robot dog or the robot dog. So you're going to write that as your evidence that you did this. You showed initiative. You looked for and act on new ideas and opportunities for learning. So you did that today. Please write May 16th. I quickly wrote 5 starter questions about a robot dog. Now, Sienna, you're going to write 13 in there. Whatever number of questions you wrote, that's the number you're putting in. because today you looked for and acted on new ideas and opportunity for learning. Good job, you. Now, in the learning skills section of the report card, Miss Thompson could write that about you. She could say, Taya looked for and acted on new ideas and opportunities for learning when he wrote this question in our class. And then she could actually put your question right into the learning skills if she wanted to personalize your learning skills. Could happen. If it happens, act surprised. All right. Can I see if you have finished writing the bolded words I quickly wrote? If you finish that sentence, give me a yes in sign language. We got a couple yeses. Okay. Waiting for a few more people to finish that last word. We're going to do it again. Now, initiative. Good. Initiative is made up of many things. So the next way to demonstrate initiative is if you can demonstrate the capacity for innovation and a willingness to take risks. So you were innovative. When you wrote questions right from your own brain based on a picture, you were being innovative. That's actually a really important skill. And then you were really brave. When you shared your questions with the class and shared the questions with me, that's a brave move. So where it says May 11th, I shared innovative questions with the class. Of course, you're going to write May 16th. I shared innovative questions with the class. Write that down. I am your witness. You were innovative today. And you are documenting that evidence of learning. That's a good idea. I'm going to drink water too. Thirsty. Okay. Now, just for fun, if you've finished writing the sentence, you can flip back to your questions and circle the question that you think is the most innovative, the most unique, the most interesting. So flip back to your question page. Circle the one that you think is your best, most innovative question. Nice. Okay. Don't panic. Actually, can I get a yes if you've finished writing that? Yes. Next. Okay. There's two more elements of what it means to be innovative. If you demonstrate curiosity and interest in your learning. Oh, that's a long sentence. We can actually make that shorter. I'm going to shorten that sentence for you for writing. So I'm going to escape. And I'm going to say, when I ask questions, I am curious. I demonstrate curiosity. That's not too much. When I ask questions, I demonstrate curiosity. I just sounded out. City. Okay. I don't know if I spelled that right, so I'll click away. Oh, it says it's right. That's good. So start slideshow. That's what you did today. May 11th. No, that keeps messing me up. May 16th. When I asked questions, I demonstrated. Oh, that's a typo. I need to add a D at the end of demonstrated. Okay, escape. I demonstrated curiosity. Okay. Next. Oh, you look like you're still writing. I won't interrupt yet. May 16th, I demonstrated curiosity when I asked a question. If you're finished writing that statement, you can flip back to your questions and you can put a star beside the one you would really want to do research about. You're going to pick the one that you know, I wish I could find the answer for that one. I wish I had time. You know what? You probably could find the answer. You're going to pick the question that you want to Google the most. Which question would you Google if you had the time? You can put a star beside it. Okay. Give me a yes, yes, when you're all done. Yes, okay. Moving on. Moving on. Last one. Oh, wait a second. Did we do them all? Oh, I guess we're only doing 3 today. Oh, that's good. So those 3 ways are things that we think about when we're demonstrating curiosity. Can we do, now we're going to do a little activity together. So I'm going to pretend to be, have you ever heard of the emergency response team? Okay, good. You've heard of the emergency response team. So I'm going to we'll get someone to pretend you pretend you're at the park with a friend. And the friend fell off the climber and injured their arm, looks pretty broken to you. You have a cell phone and you decide, you know what, you need help. So you decide to call 911. Miss Thompson, I'm going to get you to pick somebody to stand by the microphone, and I'm going to demonstrate something. I know it's hard. I know there's lots of people that want to participate. Sorry.
We chose Peyton because Peyton's mom, I believe, is a dispatcher. All right.
Oh, cool. So Peyton, I might not do this right, but we can act it out. So Peyton, we're going to pretend that I am the emergency dispatcher, and we're going to pretend that you are the student who's called 911. Everybody else, you have a job to do. You're going to count how many questions I ask Peyton. Okay? 911, what's your emergency?
My friend fell off the climber.
Would you like ambulance, police, or fire department?
Ambulance.
Okay, where should the ambulance go? Make up a place.
To the Newcastle Park.
Okay, to Newcastle Park. Should the ambulance go to a specific location in the park? Is there a structure we should look for? Which structure?
The slide.
Okay, we'll meet you at the slide. Can you what happened to your friend?
She fell off the slide.
Uh-oh. Is your friend breathing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Uh, are you staying with your friend? Good. Are you taking deep breaths?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Can your friend hear you?
I don't know.
Just in case, can you tell her that we are on our way and she's going to stay safe?
Okay.
Okay. And what is your last name, Peyton?
Field.
Okay. How long ago did your friend fall off the climber?
Like a minute.
All right. Everybody clap for Peyton. How many questions did I ask? So somebody tell me.
12.
Okay, good.
So anywhere between 12, 14, and 15, I'm hearing a lot.
Lots of so
I counted 13.
nice. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go 13. Lucky 13, like Sienna. That's the magic number of the day. I think we demonstrated the point really well, didn't we, Peyton? So I needed to ask a lot of questions as part of my job. I've made a list of all of the other jobs that I could think of just very quickly. I spent 2 minutes and I thought of all the jobs that you would need to know how to ask questions to do. Now, in your head, just think about what job it is that you are hoping to do. Maybe think of one of the jobs that you're thinking you might go and do as a grown-up. Ask yourself, will you need to know how to ask good questions in that job? Likely you're going to give me a yes right now. Yeah. Now, Ms. Thompson, I don't need to hear, but if you want to ask them what they're thinking about, the job career, the career paths they're going, you feel free to take 2 minutes if they want to share. Oh, and what the heck? You can turn the microphone on. I can hear too. Might as well.
Mika.
Like the 911 person.
The dispatcher, yeah. Gage.
An engineer.
An engineer. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, up there. Colton. Graphic designer. Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Colin.
Professional hockey player.
Professional hockey player.
Interesting.
Lucy.
A zoologist.
A zoologist.
Yeah, that would take some questions.
Yes. Offbeat.
A teacher.
A teacher, yeah. Peyton.
Dispatcher.
Dispatcher as well. Ella. A horseback rider. Brayden. Pardon? Okay. Mika, last one.
A lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yep. Amazing. And I love, so many good ideas. Horseback rider, you'd have to be asking questions about your horse all the time. Are they okay? Do they want to run this fast? Very smart. Whatever job you're doing, whatever it is, knowing how to ask good questions is going to make you good at your job. Also, the activity we're doing today has made your brain smarter, faster, and healthier. Well done. Isn't it nice? What'd you do at school today? When you go home and you're at dinner and someone says, what'd you do at school today? I want you to tell them. I want you to say, I made my brain healthier. I made my brain smarter. Tell them. All right. So the goal for all of our sessions is for you eventually to be able to write deep questions, not just starter questions. We're getting there. We're this close. I think you know what makes you good at this. If you can ask over 5 starter questions when beginning a new topic of study, yes, check. If you can explain why a question is either a starter question or a deep question, you have met the success criteria for our learning goal. If you can use feedback from your peers to make your starter question a deep question, you're doing good. And if you can provide feedback to your buddies to help make their question better, excelente. Now, I can tell everybody needs a stretch break. Please stand up. Arms up. Big breath in. Stretch. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your shoulders. Okay. Stretch as far out to the front as you can. And as far back. Okay, sit down. All right, sit down, back down. Okay, that's good. We are almost done. Okay. Now, Miss Thompson, you get to be in charge, kind of, but we might take their advice a little bit, but ultimately you're running the show. So between now and the end of the year, I challenge your class to create deep questions about something you are learning about in class. You might be starting a unit about social studies. You might be starting a unit about science. Maybe you're doing something really cool in math, like 3D shapes. I'm going to challenge you as a class to choose one subject together. You could even do you remember the dotmocracy where we made a list? Maybe you make a list of all the things you're going to cover between now and the end of the year and everybody votes. Maybe. Or Miss Thompson, you could just tell me right now, what are you between now and the end, are you studying mostly science or mostly social studies?
Social studies.
Ooh, what
Now,
topic?
grade 4s, it's medieval times, and grade 5s, it's European settlers and First Nations. So
Ooh.
2 great units. Love these units. They're my favorite.
Oh my gosh, yes. You could. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing here. You, as part of that unit, coming up with deep questions about those topics can get you great evidence of learning for report cards. Students, put up your hand if you think you could create some really deep questions about medieval times or your settlers unit. Yep, totally. Okay, I challenge you to do that, and I want to see the questions. But right now, oh, and then the other thing, actually, here's a little bit of homework. Just a little bit.
I never give you homework. So, homework like once a year.
Guess what? It's homework for your family, not for you. Okay, so as a class, so grade 4s, if you could, Miss Thompson, if you could facilitate this, if together they could pick one medieval times image, something that is really rich and there's lots going on, and if that could get posted to Google Classroom, and then the same for the grade 5s, an image that captures, Pioneer Village, settlers, whatever it is, posted to Google Classroom. Your homework is to ask a family member, uncle, grandmother, older cousin, I don't care, any adults, got to be an adult, has to be grown up. Ask them to come up with one question about that image. We are going to take their question and do something with it. Okay? So maybe give yourselves a week. Maybe take a day or two to pick a nice image. Get it up on the Google Classroom. Take your time. Then, give yourself over the weekend. We got a weekend coming up eventually. Over the weekend, ask somebody, show them the picture and say, ask a question. And then you write it down. And then you bring it back to school. Do you understand your homework?
Yeah.
It's a long weekend too, so 3 days.
You got time.
Yeah.
Again, Miss Thompson's class, thank you so much for participating in this session. You are wonderful. I am so excited to be learning and watching your brains grow right in front of my eyes. I'm going to clap for you. And I'm going to say, see you maybe for our last session next week, maybe. All right.
Michael.
Bye, everybody. All right. See you later. I'm going to stop the recording.